What?
Ladies and gentlemen, I am not responsible for the music and the copyrights of the music you hear behind me. Michael Jackson is, and we just love to hear good music. Again, we are not responsible for the music or the copyrights or the sounds of the music you hear in the background. Michael Jackson is. Thank you, folks, and we just want to hear some great music. Folks, hey, I'm Jay Works, Street Savvy, the podcast. I'm the host, baby, and you know what we're doing. We're talking about the most. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our second show tonight. We got a very great topic. We are on our bull today. We on some crap today, and we're gonna talk about these migrants. Listen, great topic. Are the migrants just badasses, or they don't understand great hospitality in these great American cities and the life that we live here in America? So, Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, the Mexican border, New York City, down in Manhattan, down in Queens, up here up north in Syracuse, as well as Boston too. They getting busted. American dollar is getting tired as well as the American people. Let's talk about it, folks. Let's talk about it. Okay, folks. In news of today, Mayor Adams, he said he's tired of this. He's very tired of it. He's tired of what's going on in his city. He's tired of what's going on with the migrants. These legal aliens are coming here in the last 2 years and obstructed the way we live here in New York. He said he's tired of it and he's going to do something about it swiftly and fast. Coming up the next coming months, he is launching a whole lawsuit on the Texas governor for busing these migrants from Houston, Texas, from McAllen, Texas, you name it, allegedly to New York City. He's launching a $700 million lawsuit against the government, the governor of Texas. Let's go. Let's go, man. Well, time you do something. Well, time you do something, because these migrants are serious. I mean, the crime rate has went up. It's been up. It's going up. And you know what else, folks? It ain't going to stop till the American people put their foot down. In other news, in New York today, inspectors found 80 migrants living in the basement of a Queens furniture store. The owner of the Queens store says, listen, the person who's in charge of dropping these migrants off told me, I quote, allegedly, I quote, we got places for these people. We got places for them to sleep, food for them to eat. We will get to them. He said he's been waiting around months for this person to come back. So he let him stay in his basement of his store. He let him stay there, folks. He said he didn't want to kick him out. He said he asked him to leave. They wanted to stay. The people wanted to stay. But the investigators found these people because a neighbor who owns the block kept seeing these scooters, multiple scooters there. And I tell you, folks, she said these migrants allegedly are talking crazy, acting crazy, doing things that is unknown for New Yorkers to do, and they're tired. They're tired. They're tired in New York. Other news, in Massachusetts, they get tired of the migrants. They're getting tired of the migrants, the way they happening, where they're doing things, and how the government is setting these migrants up with places to live, and people can't afford the rent in Boston or all around Massachusetts. They blaming the government. They said, listen, you folks have not been treating us right or treating us fair. You're treating people who's not even from our country, who don't give a crap about our country. You're caring for them like they was born here. And one patron says, I quote, man, I got 2 jobs. I can't afford to pay the rent, but these people are being in luxury homes, 3 meals a day, in a cot, and plasma TVs. They can watch them anytime they want and come and go. And I can't even do that. I got to worry about where I'm going to lay my head at, and plus go to work. Is a crying out loud shame. Hey, I feel you, my brother, down there in Boston, Massachusetts. I see what's going on in upstate New York here. I hope things change pretty soon. The mayor of Boston, you already know what time it is. The governor, you guys know what time it is. In other news, A presidential candidate, Nikki Haley, is up in New Hampshire, and she wants all the smoke on saying, quote unquote, allegedly, America is not racist. America's been a place where people see and go, love to see and go, and love to be there as a place of pleasure and love and warmth. She says America has not been a racist place. Well, woman, I guess allegedly you must be blind, crazy, or deaf. Because America was built on racism. From the 40s to the 50s to the 60s, blacks have fought to vote, fought for a life in this country, fought for slavery over 100 and something years, for the end of slavery. And still today, we are dealing with white supremacists and things of that nature today. And look at the migrants. You're trying to single out the black and brown vote, Nikki Haley. So what do you mean America's not? That's ridiculous. For you trying to be a presidential candidate, trying to be a president of the United States, honey, Miss Lady, go sit down and ask somebody. Go take a chill pill. Because what you talking, ain't nobody listening. But you know what? I'm gonna wonder soon, because what you smoking, people gonna want to start smoking it with you. Allegedly. In other news, the migrants up in Maine, which is a liberal state, gonna get free rent. Reportedly, allegedly, on taxpaying dollars, they're gonna get free rent. And it's on taxpaying backs up there in Maine. It's ridiculous. And it said it's been happening for the last 2 years. And in the next 2 years, I guess allegedly it's been signed into the legislature or bills. We don't know allegedly. But there's reports coming out of Maine on Fox, Brunswick, Maine. Boy, Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, you don't know what you have started. And I know you up in your 80s. You behind the American Crime Bill in the early 80s, late 90s. You put a lot of our brothers and sisters in jails, black and brown. You stand up on it. And now you're trying to single out the vote. Exiles our vote. And no, I'm not a Donald Trump fan. I despise the things he have done and said and still doing. But Sleepy Joe, you will know better. You will know better, sir. You haven't shown us anything. Yeah, you did more than him, but this is a country. And these are law-fighting people who pay their taxes and want to be left alone and treated like they're human beings. As far as what I know, what I see, allegedly, I think you forgot about who voted you in. I think you forgot about the people you promised to. The people you also yelled, the people are your people, the black and brown people. That big push them people made in Georgia, Pennsylvania, one of your states up in Delaware, Massachusetts, the backs of these people up in some of these cities and towns in New York State voted for you, Joe Biden. Out west in Phoenix, Arizona, California, the back streets, the cities, and Durham in the Midwest, St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas. And you study letting these people down, these taxpaying people. And look what we have to go to every day on the news, reporting migrants this, migrants that, migrants that, migrants that. criminal crime. And it's getting higher since the last 2 years. And one thing that Donald Trump did say that a lot of us might agree with or disagree, he said, build that wall. He had that whole campaign. That's one thing. On a bipartisan way, Sleepy Joe, you should have came in fighting, getting that wall up. Instead, you want to invite some people to our country who don't give a damn care about the way Americans live and go about their day of life in this working and fighting country. Now I'm here to believe, allegedly, and feeling allegedly, this is the home of the brave, land of the slaves, and the home of the free. That's what I'm believing in. That's what I see. I see this country made great stride from the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, definitely the 50s and the 60s, Martin Luther King and the Kennedy's era made great stride from apartheid to whatever you want to name it, to voters' rights, to Civil War, World War I and II. Great stride, black folks, to vote, equal rights, which is never going to be equal, never going to be equal. And the best of it all, women's equal rights and liberty, inequality. Sleepy Joe, you've been around for all that. Goddamn. You'll let a lot of people down, sir. Thanks a lot. Okay, folks, let's get into it. Folks, are the migrants, are there some badasses? Or they just don't understand the great hospitality we have in these great United States? You hear the song? The whole world is watching us today, America, on what these migrants are doing and what we let them in. I seen a story on a news channel. I forget the guy's name. I'll report more on it. This guy, he has been on the FBI list. He did several years in jail for terrorist act, terrorist belief, terrorist studying, harming folks with certain beliefs. And guess what? He got let in on the American soil in the last several months. Yes, a real live radicalist, a real live terrorist is on American soil. And trust me, it's more than him. Just so it was easy for them on 9/11 to do what they did, it's even greater, more risk to doing more damage on American soil today. And that's terrorism. People who want to terrorize American city and streets because the way our government has treated them in their own country. But let it be whole, folks. Us as American people, Black American, I'm Black American, I'm not African American. I'm Black American. Let's get that right. Let's get that understood. We ain't done nothing to none of you people who want to wreak havoc on these American cities, streets, and towns and states and provinces. We have never did nothing to you. We don't want to do nothing to you. We want peace. But best believe, allegedly, if you're going to bring into action to us, America's people going to fight back. And if that's be whether voting certain people out, not just voting with color, voting with action, voting with reality, or taking back our streets from this hidden nature of majority of these immigrants, not the ones who wants to live free and work hard on these working visas or whatever case may be, but the ones who just want to wreak havoc. America, we down a long road that it seems that our government, again, done failed us. The Democrat Republicans, the moderates on the right or left, You guys done really did it this time. A lot of radicals. A lot of radicals. And I tell you, I keep going back to what Donald Trump said. The wall, the wall, the wall. Talk to me, America. I'm going to tell you something. It was just something on NBC today on migrants from China getting through the fence. And she said, hey, listen, how you guys know to come through this side? They said, TikTok. TikTok. Look how easy. They laying the foundation, the map for these people to come over here and wreak havoc on us. Look it up, folks. He said, TikTok, TikTok. We learned. We put it in the phone, and it was flooding the gates. It was coming through the gate. We got problems, folks. And this not to put fear on you for your own backyard, even your city streets, because I'm not that person. I'm not that guy. I'm a little man. Speaking truth and facts that I have reported on, skillfully watched through all internet services, in news guidelines and news outlets. This migrants, immigrants is serious. This wave of activity and people who's foreign to our soil, who just want to wreak havoc, who don't understand great hospitality, it's a problem. And our state and public leaders are letting it go down right in front of my face with our tax-paying dollars. It's fact. Who's bad? There's some badasses. There are some badasses. Period. And some would say, why are you blaming the migrants? No, no, no. It starts from up top. United States government allowed it. Allowed it. Allowed it, folks. And these people are wreaking havoc in our country. They're wreaking havoc, America. They're wreaking havoc on our soil. And you got people like Nikki Haley giving rallies saying America is not racist. I don't know what the hell is going on, folks. We're getting a dose of everything. Honestly. Just give that a food for thought, America. I'm Jay Works, and this Street Savvy, the podcast. Understand this. You got to protect your kids, your family, your constituents, your way of living every day, all day from people who don't know what the hell is going on in your country. But they feel like America owes them something. Go figure. God bless you, America. Protect your soil.